I am ready to work on the Chapter 3 SAM project here in PowerPoint. Right here I've got my download file for my instructions. And the next one is the PowerPoint that I need to modify, followed by the support. When you do the support, you want to just do a file, and you want to just do a save file, and it's going to show up in your downloads here in a little bit, and I'll show you where to find that out when we're ready to add that into our presentation. I'm going to click on the PowerPoint that we need to modify here, and then get that opened up. And the first thing I need to do is save this, and so I'm going to do is save as, and I'm going to go ahead and save mine on my desktop so that I can find it. And I just want to change this so it's a -2, and click Save, and I'm ready to go. The first step is to apply the second variant of the WISP theme to the presentation. So I'm going to come up here to Design. Here's my themes, over here's my variants, and I want the second one. So I'm going to click on that. That's just going to change my colors a little bit. On the first slide, I want to take this subtitle and I want to move it over the title. So I'm going to click on the subtitle to activate it, and move my mouse until it's at the edge and the four-headed arrow, and I'm just going to drag it straight up and then let go. Still have slide 1, and I want to insert a new slide with a title and content layout, so I need to come up here to the Home tab, go to New Slide, Title and Content. The title is going to be Why Volunteer at a Dig. And I want to highlight this text because I want to change the font size to 48, and I want to bold the text. And now I'm going to add some information in the bulleted items. So I'm going to have 4 different items, and I want to highlight these 4 items because I want to change the font size to 40, and I want to bold the text. The reason we're doing that is so that it's just easier for our readers to see when they're looking at our presentation. So on slide 3, I want to apply a picture effect to the picture, so I have to first select the picture, then come up here in my toolbar for my picture tools format. I'm going to go over here to Picture Effects, Soft Edges, and make that 10 point. On slide 4, I'm going to take this first century AD oil lamp, and I'm going to move it until it's over the picture to the right of the hands. On slide 5, I need to left align these skills. So I'm going to come up here to the Home tab. Over here in the paragraph grouping, the very first one here is Align Left. On slide 5 now, I want to add the Appear animation to the bulleted list. So I'm going to click down here in the bulleted list somewhere. I'm going to come up here to Animation. I want to make sure, I'm going to click on the More arrow here. I've got Entrance, Emphasis, Exit, and Motion Paths. Make sure you're on the entrance. I want Appear, which is right here. And I want the default on click setting. So that's slide 5. I'm ready for slide 6 now. Unusual equals memorable. And I want to remove the recoloring effect on the picture by applying no recolor. So I'm going to click here on the picture and come up here to Picture Tools Format on the color. And recolor, I'm going to go to the very first one that says no recolor. And now I'm going to add a text box on the right side of the picture. So I'm going to go Insert and Text Box. over here on the right. And now I'm going to enter 1800-year-old grass, still preserved. So I'm going to put it right down here so you can see all of it. Now with slide 6 still displaying, I'm going to insert a new slide. I'm on the Home tab. I've got my new slide and I went to Content. Oh, so I'm going to have to delete this one here. Don't need that title. I just want the to Content one. On my click to add title, I'm going to enter Explore the Landscape. And then I'm going to change the font size to 48. And I'm going to bold. And now in my text box, I want Scenic Vistas, Living History, and Rugged Country. I'm going to highlight those because I want to change that font size to 36 and bold. Now over here on the right side, I want to put in that video, so I'm going to click here on Insert Video from a file. And I'm going to go to my downloads, and here is my file that I downloaded. And then I'm just going to bring this up just a little bit so that its top is equal, lined up with the bulleted text. I want to make sure that the playback is set to on click. There's my video. On slide 8, I want to select this the middle object, sunblock and bug spray, and I want this to be behind both of the other diamond shapes here. So I'm going to come up here to the Format tool, and I'm going to send backward. I want send to back, and there it's behind everything. Just makes it look a little nicer. On slide 9, I want to apply the wipe animation to the arrow shape. So I'm going to click here on this arrow shape, and I'm going to go to Animation, and I want wipe, and I want it to be on click. Ready for slide 10 now. I want to apply the paint strokes effects to the picture, so I have to select the picture first, compare to Picture Tools Format, and Artistic Effects, and right here is Paint Strokes. Add that to that image, just changing up a little bit here. On slide 10, now I want to insert a new slide, so I'm going to go New Slide, and I want to Content Layout again. I'm going to click to add the title, and I want it to say Sites for Volunteers. And I want to change this font size to 48, and I want to bold the text. And now here on my left side, I'm going to type in 3 different places, and then I'm going to highlight those because I want to change that font to 40, and I want to bold. Now remember, that little red squiggly line means that it doesn't like the spelling, but just make sure you have it spelled right because none of these words are going to be in your dictionary. We don't need this content placeholder on the right, so I'm going to click on the edge so that I have a solid line all the way around my box, and I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard, and it's gone. I'm going to run a spell check now, so I'm going to go to Review and Spell. See, here's Vindalanda. I'm going to ignore that one. I'm going to ignore Maryport. I'm going to ignore this one. I'm going to ignore my name because it doesn't like that. But this one I need to change. So I'm going to change that, and that's all that's incorrect. Ready to go. So now I'm going to save it again. If you want to, you can go back through and look at your slideshow. So we added some animations. And here's our video.
Yeah.
So there we go. It'd be really cool in color, wouldn't it? And here's what we need to bring. How to read information. There's our little arrow coming down. Reading the artifacts and our sites. So I'm going to save this again. Now I'm ready to submit it for a grade. So I'm going to come back in here, go to Browse. I saved mine on the desktop, so I'm going to come up here and find it now. Here's PowerPoint Chapter 3. I'm going to open and submit. This lets me know it likes all three of the files. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back to my Blackboard class, go back to coursework here, come up to my class in SAM. Again, I'm still on the preview, so go to my course. And go to reports. And it hasn't graded it yet. There we go. With SAM 3 project. I did it once and I didn't like my grade, so I did it again. And I'm going to open it up and see what I did this time. So I'm going to come down here at the bottom, look at my grade. I got 47 out of 50. I didn't like where I moved my text box. So let's come up here, slide 1. I guess I wanted it closer. And to see, that was 2 points. Now where did I get my other point? Let's look and see. Right here. Yeah, it didn't like where I put my picture, my text box. It wanted it to the right of the picture, and which means you would have had to resize it like that. But I'm happy with 47 out of 50, so I'm going to call it good. If you want to try to get 50 out of 50, what you can do is open up your original file, make the changes that you need to make, resave it, and resubmit it. Your highest grade will count, and you have 3 opportunities to improve your grade. So, hope you enjoyed doing Project 3.